the best. But this women's discus is a bit of an experiment, they tell me, running both competitions together. But nevertheless, Caballero is the first of the throwers to go. Really launched that 1 kilo discus, and that's beyond 65 meters. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Very fast in the circle. That throwing arm is not passive, it's active. It's left behind though. The feet move fast. The torque is created, and that discus is launched out flat and makes good use of the air beneath it. So that's just beyond 65. And that's a very good 65.76. Well, that's not a bad way to start. And Muller, tall German thrower, rangy, uses those long levers to launch that discus away. What she got this time? She's very, very tall and rangy. Look how she leaves that arm behind, moves the feet fast to create that torque, that wind up, and then she unleashes, gets the left side down and really attacks and gets that away at around about 65. Well, it's 64 and bits by the look of it. 64.36, season's best. Well, second place at the moment.
Great when you can get a glorified training session, have the Olympic champion giving you a little bit of technical feedback. But Christoph Harting there chatting to his compatriot. Now Caballero. She has the lead with 65.76 her opener. Oh, that's not as good, nowhere near as good. What is it, about 63 meters? Something like that for the Cuban. Reigning world champion, remember. That 65 opener, by the way, was the season's best for her. She threw just over 64 meters in Havana back in the middle of March. She is a 70-meter plus thrower, though. She will build towards that sort of distance, I'm sure, as the season wears on. 62.99.
Big crowd. Perkovic, well, Perkovic has already been beyond 70 meters this season. She is very difficult to beat. It took one throw to win the Olympic title. She was in real trouble, and it was one valid throw. That's all it took. She was unbeaten last season, and with 70 meters and 23, she set that in split in Croatia in February. Her personal best over 71. Twice Olympic champion in London and in Rio. Very strong, very fast. Really gets behind that discus, and she likes that, I think. And I'm not surprised. That's about 66, 67. That's a really good start. She really launches them, doesn't she? Such a powerhouse. You can always tell the body language. It didn't land as flat as it could, therefore she lost a little bit of distance on that. The elevation not quite right, but nevertheless, she's got a very, very good foundation on which to build. Terrific.
Well, she opened up, did Perkovic with 62.73. That's a 66.94. Second round throw takes the lead by over a meter from Caballero. So the Olympic champion against the world champion.
Let's just go and have a look at the discus whilst that steeplechase progresses. Danny Stevens, next to throw. Very wide stance at the back, but really unleashes quite well. World champion in the discus back in 2009, and that's very good, isn't it? That's over 65. I mean, she is really flying. Her season's best is 66.78, so she's getting into that sort of territory at the moment. Tall, very, very powerful. It's a rhythmic event, this. They start off slow and they unwind and then unleash. And they have a left side against which to work, and then the recovery at the end of it. 66.47. Wow, well that is just 36 centimeters short.
Third place.
Perez then. 62.94, her best so far. Looking to make a little bit of a dent in her season's best so far. The season's best, though, is 65.57, and that was in Havana and in Cuba in March, so she's been throwing for some time. And that one just over 60 meters, so that's not as far for her. 60.43. So Perkovic still leading from Stevens, Caballero, Muller, then Perez.
Dina Muller then in 4th place at the moment. 64.36 in round 2, her best. Massive character. Towers over you when you walk around the hotel. I'm 6 foot, I don't know what she is. I'd say something like 6'6". So Muller, World Championship silver medalist back in 2011, hasn't really been able to build on that in major championships. 31 years old now, should be in her prime. Was 4th in the Olympics in London and then 6th in Rio. So for Muller, 61.62 in round 5.
If you're not able to get tickets for the World Championships, then, well, you can see that final shortly, but it looks as though we're looking at Perkovic, the winner of the Discus, Sandra Perkovic, 66.94, unbeaten last season totally, and a title in Rio based on one throw only. So